suns today. Let me get right into it and tell you what I mean. So let's look at the magnetosphere for a second. This is an illustration that comes out of the various space agencies. Japan had one. We have GOES 15, 14, and 13 out there. We're looking at all this magnetic data that's coming off the Earth, right? So this is a normal day in the life of our magnetosphere. These directional arrows are the arrows of the force or the solar wind, the solar force, if you will, coming off of our sun. That is usually off to the left in this picture, okay? And then this is our magnetosphere actually stopping a lot of the harmful rays and effects of the sun. So basically the magnetosphere is our shield, okay? So basically what we mean by a magnetosphere reversal, and that's probably a term that kind of threw a lot of you out there, so I just want to kind of explain it to you, is this illustration shows that all the force was coming from the opposite direction of the sun. Okay, so there's only two things that can cause that: either another sun in the vicinity, in the area, or maybe it's some kind of a galactic effect of some kind of galactic burst or something that hits the Earth. But go check out BP Earthwatch's video that he did on it today. He does an excellent job explaining it. The only thing I don't like about Jesse's explanation of stuff whenever he talks about the magnetosphere, he's always got to bring CERN into the picture. Do I believe CERN is a threat? Yes. Do I believe what Jesse says about it? Yes. But I don't believe that CERN can do this. I don't think CERN can reverse the solar wind, if you will. So Jesse, I wouldn't say that this is anything to do with CERN at all, but here we are with no magnetic shield when that happens. So the message here is you got to kind of be careful in the sun. You want to make sure that you are staying out of the sun and out of the direct rays of the sun as much as possible. That's the best thing I can tell you. But a lot of people are feeling it. A lot of people are experiencing stuff. So this little picture of the cell phone comes from Colorado. Wayne Stiegler, everybody knows Wayne. He was the one who got the UV picture a couple days ago. I don't know. Time goes so fast. But anyway, all of the people in this restaurant started to notice that one guy noticed his compass wasn't working. It was like flipping in circles and not working properly. And you can see here's blank degrees on this, so it's not able to pick up. But yet it's like it was spinning and going out of control. And then all the other patrons of this restaurant started to kind of curiously look at each other's phones, and everybody was having the same effect. So I would say that when we have magnetosphere reversal and our magnetosphere is collapsed, I would say that we would have trouble with compasses. Okay, guys? I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not trying to scare you guys, but it's getting close. And when the last time this happened in 2012 is about the same time we thought it was coming in. So close enough to make this kind of an effect. So again, I mean, this is a big warning, man. This is a time for you to get spiritual. It's a time for you to get close to the Lord Jesus Christ. And it's really a good time for you to start to hook up with communities like the communities that we just started up. So look at my last video if you'd like to participate in one of those communities and start getting prepared. Okay? Let's get on to the next thing here. And this comes in the way of, how do I even put this? NASA slowly leaking out the information. Okay, so now all of a sudden we found a brown dwarf star in our galaxy. The next message will be, we just found a brown dwarf star floating next to the sun. Mark my words, that's what's going to happen, guys. And they're just going to continue to bombard the media with these brown dwarf stories and things and start getting people conditioned for the idea that they're going to see a big-ass ball in the sky here pretty soon. All right, so ISS imagery, right? So we're looking at just somebody sitting down and catching the big red, not red, but the big circle on the horizon there. I don't know what color it is, but check this out. I mean, this is just, it's an amazing piece of footage is what it is. And I think they're getting more and more careless with the cameras because they just don't care. I think they're getting to the point where they just don't care anymore. So what's striking and interesting to me about that particular photo is I want to compare it to a photo that I saw today, and also reminds me what we were capturing in South Davis Station. But this illustration that this potentially could be what's coming at us. So I don't think that's a UFO that we're seeing here. I think what we're seeing here, seeing there is this other image, this something like that coming at us, without the glowy. There's no glowy in it. It doesn't glow. It's radiation, UV, whatever. Interesting stuff, right, guys? This next one comes to us from the Grasslands Observatory from today. And what we're looking at here in Arizona, and the reason that I'm showing this isn't because of the planetary structures or the planet in the middle or the big red thing. It's because we saw apparently something jumped. Now watch, as if the Earth moved or something. So check it out. So here we go. We're floating along, and all of a sudden it just goes boink, boink. So everything just moved down and up like the Earth was wobbling. I don't know if you caught that or not. So I'll do it one more time to see if you can catch it. But doink, 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 like that. That's not cool at all. All right, so let's get into some of the subscriber photos, and then before I get off the Grasslands thing, let me show you this. So basically what we saw in that video was the object drops down and then it goes back up again, and this subscriber helped prepare that for me, so I really appreciated that. The next thing I wanted to show was a capture that, but what was more interesting was this lady that had been watching the moon, and she's keeping track, and she comes back and says that it's 45 degrees southwest of where it normally is. Okay, the shills are trying to distract us. The planets aren't in the right alignment. This is just an interesting, the green orb up here, totally unrelated. Could be a little bit of a lens flare there, I don't know. This one, though, kind of slayed me a little bit, because here we've got Sirius in the background, so this is the view of the night sky, and we caught either a reflection or refraction of some of what we think is the green planet. And this, gosh, what were they trying to show me here? Oh, two suns. Now, this is interesting and important to me because this is ISS footage. Remember how we talk about that there may be some kind of shielding going on in front of the sun? Well, in this photograph, which is already weird because of all the weirdness going on, apparently they're working on it or working on something, and so that's what this weirdness is supposed to be. But check that out. Boom. So we went from a sun, boom, to some kind of an artificial square thing. Is that the shield? I don't know. One more time. This one freaks me out, guys. Boom, boom, and then all of a sudden, boom. What happened to the sun? Huh. All right, so my geek still never came back and told me anything about this. So basically, this is the magnetosphere, and these are this is the us looking at the sun and looking at high, X-rays and things like that as a way to study sunspots. And I'm going to say that this X-ray that comes across the screen is not normal, unless somebody can tell me different. Now, this is an interesting little series we're going to do. I don't have these blown up very well, but basically this guy went, can't see the freaking, there we go, that's better. So here's, so actually you can go look this up yourselves. 11 hours, 26 minutes, 10 seconds, and 17 degrees, 10 feet, 16.2 inches. So go and check this out, and you'll be able to see this on the Google Sky Map. And here are the classic blue, red, and green colors that we saw in the vision from that one guy. So we do a couple of quick close-ups of those things, and there's red and blue. This is just amazing stuff, and that's on Google Sky. Go check it out yourself, man. What is that? This is just interesting to me because it looks so round and perfect, like a planet. Now this is really the photo of the day, and I told Wayne Stiegler, got a hold of this through a guy that took a picture of it. But basically, in this one, we've got the big orb and the little orb, or maybe the little orb here and the big orb and the planet. But this looks like that same alignment again on that vision, which is freaking me out every time I see it. But in this particular photograph and the way they treated it, you can actually see the line of the sun on the planet, And so it kind of shows that it's kind of in front of and coming this way, I guess. So I don't know if it's not actual size. I hope it's not actual size. But because we do get some magnetic effect from the atmosphere, like we see the light through the atmosphere and it actually magnifies it. This interesting little UFO story came out of the United States, I'll just say. Again, watching this UFO moving and operating around, what was that? I think that's a star. And then look at this, guys. You know, we're seeing more and more UFO activity everywhere we look. And then, of course, there's our halo still in place, you know. So that's what I got for today. We did get our group leaders out, so look at my last video if you want to get with a group in your area, hopefully within the state, and hopefully it grows into like local towns and places like that. And again, I just want you to put your head down, man.